Dawn breaks, cutting through the thick mist in the prehistoric valley. A Homo habilis named Karu hides stealthily behind a cold gray rock. He listens intently. An odd sound, a deep cluck, clunk, that resonates like a colossal drum beating in the quiet air. The ground beneath his feet trembles lightly, a subtle warning of the massive size and power of his intended prey. Karu holds his breath. A huge, coarse, yellowish chicken feather drifts past his line of sight, carried by the morning breeze. Karu grips his rough stone-tipped spear tightly. It is his only weapon and his single chance for survival and success. Suddenly, the dense bushes in front of him explode violently, scattering branches and leaves everywhere. The giant chicken bursts out. Over 3 meters tall, its glowing yellow eyes reflect the dim light, appearing like a prehistoric nightmare. Karu doesn't hesitate. He immediately throws the sharp spear with all his might toward the colossal bird. The chicken dodges easily and counters with a thunderous kick, striking with the force of a massive sledgehammer. Karu is forced to roll down a slope, dirt and rocks scraping his skin, narrowly escaping the lethal blow. He jumps up instantly, seeking new cover, pressing himself against the trunk of an ancient, moss-covered tree. The giant bird bellows in frustration. It unleashes a strange, resonant grrr that shakes the very forest around them. Karu scrambles up the steep, rocky ridge, climbing higher to get a clear vantage point of the entire hunting ground. From above, he spots it, a massive nest filled with enormous pale eggs revealed in the valley below. Karu realizes he cannot fight directly. His goal is the eggs, but he must approach without alerting the protective mother. The giant chicken paces slowly in circles, its golden eyes vigilantly scanning its sacred territory. Karu retreats slightly, gathering and sharpening additional stones, crafting more primitive projectiles for defense. He attempts the approach again. He crawls low to the ground, moving slowly and silently through the dried leaves. Suddenly, the chicken snaps its head around, its gaze is filled with suspicion and high alert, fixed on Karu's area. Karu freezes instantly, his body rigid. He holds his breath, waiting for the perfect moment to either strike or flee. The wind abruptly shifts direction. Karu's human scent is carried directly to the nose of the monstrous bird. The chicken lets out an enraged roar and charges, rushing toward Karu at an unbelievable speed. Karu turns and sprints desperately into the depths of the forest, fearing for his life with every step. The heavy footsteps of the giant bird slam the ground behind him like continuous claps of thunder, gaining fast. He dives and slips through a very narrow vertical rock crack, a space only his small body can navigate. The chicken, too large, slams into the entrance, getting momentarily stuck. Rocks and debris fall around it. Karu seizes the moment, hurling the stones he gathered earlier directly at the chicken's face. The creature thrashes violently, finally wrenching itself free from the narrow, constraining crack. It flaps its colossal wings, generating a powerful shockwave of wind that knocks Karu backward. Karu rolls to the side, narrowly avoiding a deadly peck that hits the ground where he was just a second ago. He spots a refuge, a hollow, rotten log lying on the forest floor, and he scrambles inside. The giant chicken's massive beak pierces through the wood, missing his face by mere inches. In the dark confines, Karu quickly lights a small torch using dry grass and kindling. The sudden smoke and flame billow out, forcing the startled giant chicken to back away. Karu bursts out of the log and begins climbing an impossibly tall, ancient tree to escape the immediate threat. The chicken tries to reach him with its beak and neck, but fails, unable to extend high enough. From the safety of the branches, Karu continues to throw stones down onto his enormous attacker. One strike hits the creature's crest, causing a minor injury that only fuels its towering rage. Finally, it gives up the pursuit and stomps away, heading back to guard the nest and its eggs. Karu watches its retreating figure. He knows this skirmish is over, but the full battle has yet to begin. The chicken, now fully enraged and wounded, begins actively tracking Karu, the hunter, suddenly becoming the hunted. Karu runs deeper and deeper into the dense, dark forest, his heart hammering in fear and exhaustion. The sudden wild howls and cries of other large animals echo through the nocturnal woods. Both predator and prey slow their pace, instantly sensing the new, dangerous presence in the darkness. Suddenly, a massive, powerful saber-toothed cat leaps out from the concealing shadows. The giant chicken and the ferocious cat pause, sizing each other up for a monumental duel. The cat initiates the fight, attacking first with a swift, predatory pounce and claw swipe. The chicken delivers a brutal, swift kick, sending the massive cat flying backward into a nearby tree. Karu takes advantage of the violent distraction and scrambles up a tall, protective boulder to observe the fight. The chicken quickly defeats the cat, then immediately turns its attention back to locating Karu. Karu grabs his last, desperate weapon and hurls his final, broken spear at the giant bird. The spear embeds itself in the chicken's shoulder. The creature shrieks in agony, a sound that rattles the forest. Driven mad by pain, the giant chicken charges directly at Karu's position on the high rock. Karu leaps off the boulder, plunging into the shallow stream bed below, splashing heavily. The chicken, blinded by rage, jumps down into the stream after him, water and mud flying everywhere. They grapple intensely in the muddy, slippery water, each struggling to overcome the other. Mud and water are flung high into the air as the primitive battle rages fiercely in the stream bed. Karu manages to wedge a heavy stone slab against the chicken's neck, attempting to pin it down. The chicken thrashes violently with a final burst of power, throwing Karu hard against the solid rock wall. Karu slumps, stunned and severely bruised, but miraculously, he is still conscious and alive. Karu is dazed, but the sheer will to survive keeps him from giving up the desperate fight. He crawls, his fingers finding a sharp, broken stone shard that splintered from the wall upon impact. The injured chicken limps toward him, its body exhausted and bleeding, but still determined to kill. Karu quickly rolls sideways, just barely avoiding the chicken's final, desperate, crushing peck. With a burst of strength, he uses the moment of evasion to leap onto the creature's immense feathered back. The chicken bucks and thrashes wildly, trying to dislodge the tenacious small human from its spine. Karu uses the sharp stone shard to slash deep into the wing joint, a crucial, vulnerable tendon. The creature screeches in agonizing pain, spinning uncontrollably as its limb gives way. Both combatants are completely exhausted, their bodies slicked with mud, sweat, and flowing blood. The chicken, disoriented and in agony, charges blindly, slamming straight toward a massive rock formation. Karu manages to leap off its back just a split second before the powerful impact. The chicken hits the rock hard. Its enormous body stumbles and sways, its fight completely gone. Karu rolls to the side and spots the broken spear he threw earlier, now lying nearby. He gathers the last of his strength, his body aching, and steadies the jagged, broken shaft. He drives the broken spear with fierce, desperate intention into the creature's unprotected throat. The giant bird releases one final, horrific, guttural roar of death and defeat. It collapses to the ground, its colossal form falling silent. The labored breathing slows, then stops. Karu stands over his defeated opponent, his chest heaving, his body a testament to pure survival. He bows his head in a gesture of profound respect for the fierce, powerful life he has just taken. Karu gathers the necessary meat and feathers, the hard-earned reward of survival. He looks toward the horizon. A new legend of prehistoric man has begun.